Welcome back to your latest industry recap. An A350 order has been cancelled, Airbus underperforming in the year 2025, and a change at Etihad Airways. Want to begin with Airbus confirming that it delivered 63 aircraft in June of 2025, with 35 customers taking delivery of new aircraft. Ultimately, this brings the total deliveries for the year across the first 6 months to 306, 65 different airlines welcoming on planes. However, the number of 306 is still significantly lower than what Airbus would have expected. Additionally, it represents a lower figure than at the same point of 2024 for comparison. Across the same period in 2024, there were 323 planes delivered. This means we've seen a near 6% reduction. This is not obviously progression and indicates quite an uphill battle to perform across the remaining months of the year. The plane maker laid out pretty ambitious targets for 2025, aiming to achieve 820 commercial airplane deliveries. This figure has always been under pressure. There was some skepticism right at the beginning of the year, and with each passing month, you'd probably make the argument that many more parties are of the belief that this is unrealistic. At this point, despite facing adversity, the plane maker has not publicly stated otherwise that it will change it. It remains focused on achieving the goal. Much of Airbus's struggles to meet its targets stem from the global supply chain crisis. The global reliance on companies to provide key components for aircraft production has been fractured for many years now. As a result, Airbus has faced challenges in returning to production levels it would like, alongside prospective increases. But progress continues to be made despite these challenges. Airbus will ultimately face an uphill battle to reach its target of 820 commercial airplane deliveries by 2025 and the end of it. However, with a strong finish similar to 2024 and consistency, there remains some hope. Like I said though, there are others that are skeptical. I'd love to hear which side you're on. Do you believe 820 is still realistic, or are you in the camp that it's out of the realm of possibility? Airbus's most direct competitor Boeing has faced numerous challenges over recent periods, which has put the European company in a prime position to pounce for several years now running. Despite this, Boeing invested significant time, effort, and substantial sums of money in 2024 to turn around its fortunes, with a greater focus also on ramping up production to deliver high-quality products. While 2025 has had its obstacles for the manufacturer, there are the beginnings to be fruits of the labour that has been put in, as deliveries start ramping up, and so does commercial aircraft order interest. Boeing still does lag behind Airbus in the yearly delivery tally. However, it is certainly not by a significant margin, unlike in recent periods. See, in the first 6 months, Boeing shipped off 280 planes, slightly down from the 306 at Airbus, and also factoring in that there was a suspension on deliveries for Boeing towards Chinese customers for multiple months due to trade tensions. They only just started resuming these deliveries in June. While Boeing still has a long way to go, the underperforming Airbus now faces the prospect of a returning Boeing, which will aim to certify its remaining aircraft sooner rather than later and obtain approval to increase production caps on jets such as the 737 MAX. It's going to be an interesting battle, and one we haven't had for many years now. Over to Etihad Airways, who are making a change to their international network, aligning with efforts to introduce the latest generation of fleet to customers. The Abu Dhabi-based carrier states that its service to Kolkata, India will be enhanced with the introduction of the Airbus A321LR from September 26 of 2025. All flights from its hub in Abu Dhabi will serve the Kolkata airport. As a result, customers will be able to experience luxury first suites with the ability to also book business class that features fully lie-flat seating. And on top of that, even flying in economy class comes with the latest amenities. Across the cabin, high-speed Wi-Fi, a 4K touchscreen and ambient lighting features are provided to deliver the best single-aisle product possible. In essence, Etihad Airways aims to bring a wide-body experience to a single-aisle jet, especially considering that for some customers there are downsides on flying longer journeys on single-aisle jets, and this includes planes such as the A321LR. However, in an era where the development of the A321neo program has taken the industry by storm and airlines have scrambled to purchase planes with greater range, it is becoming the new industry norm for longer single-aisle flights to be debuting, and Etihad Airways' Chief Revenue and Commercial Officer stated that India remains a key market for them, and as a result, world, upgrading service to Kolkata represents the first step in many to come of offering greater service to many different customers. Inside these newly delivered A321LRs, there's first class, as I mentioned, business, and lastly, economy. So you're really looking at a premium configuration over how other airlines may look to kit out their A321s. Over to the final story, and Lease Corporation, a global aircraft lessor, has initiated a move to remove Airbus A350F orders from its backlog. The revelation follows the plane maker's confirmation of its June orders and deliveries, and therefore its half-year performance for 2025, which reflected the change. During the month, the manufacturer, as touched on, delivered 63 aircraft, bringing its total to 306. As part of the revision, all 7 A350 freighters that Air Lease, a US-backed lessor, had ordered have now been axed, and the adjustment represents a bit of a twist in the lessor's previously agreed upon deal, which had shown great confidence in the product, given that ALC was a core part of the launch for this newly introduced dedicated freighter. The new deal, announced at the 2021 edition of the Dubai Air Show, included the purchase of 7 A350 freighters and was part of a broader agreement for 111 new planes from Airbus. It also saw Air Lease Corporation become the launch customer for the A350F, among some of the early parties that were keen on acquiring the services. That multi-billion-dollar contract also included 55 of the A321neo jets, a commitment to the A321XLR with 20 orders and 4 A330neos. At the time, ALC stated the order underscored their confidence that the future of air transport was very much bright, despite the adversities faced during the global pandemic. Moreover, the commitment followed many other aircraft orders that had been placed in the past. ALC, founded in 2010, had already purchased approximately 500 Airbus aircraft at that point, and it knew that a deeper connection with the manufacturer would support the future of its relationships with many more airlines. That'll conclude today's industry recap. As always, if you have any thoughts, you're more than welcome to drop them down below in the comments. Thank you for your support. Take care, do be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.